Hello everyone, I'm Shikha Soni. I'm assistant professor in Sagar Group of Institute, and today we will discuss network analysis techniques. Whenever talk about network analysis, so there are more than two very known techniques being used to solve any network. So whenever we talk about network analysis, we will always discuss about or speak about mesh and node. These are the uh, two very basic terms which gonna used again and again. So I want to clear one very common doubt about mesh and node. So whenever I will be speaking about mesh, it means we are writing equation in terms of V is equals to I into R. Okay, that means voltage is being written. Okay, so and whenever I will be speaking about node, suppose this is the node. So here, whenever I will write equation for nodal analysis, I'll be writing as a difference between two nodes divided by resistance between two nodes. And we know that I is equals to V by R. So for mesh, we will write voltage equation, and for node, we will write current equation. Okay. So beginning with network analysis techniques, we will discuss here mesh analysis and node analysis, how to solve these two. And in addition to that, I have few numericals through which we will see how to solve any network by using or applying KVL law. Okay. Now, furthermore, if I talk about solving or finding loops or open circuit in any sort of network, so loop is the term which we will gonna use again and again. So we will see what is loop as the definition. Any closed path is called loop. So here, if we will see A, B, E, F, and F2 again A. So point that from the point a branch has been started and finishing at the similar point, so it will create a closed path and that will called loop. Okay. In the same way, if we see this B, C, D, E, that is also making a closed path, it will also called a loop. And third one, we will see F, E, D, G, F. Then again, it will creating a closed path. It will also be called loop. And we can focus one more, loop, that is A, C, G, F. That will also called a loop. Okay. Now, what is node? Okay, so node at which two or more elements are connected together. It is called point or junction. So if we will see this, yes, one branch is this, one branch is this, means in each branch there is an element which is here, that is R0, and in this branch here it is V1. Okay, so at any point, if two or more than two elements are connected, then that point will called node. Okay, so this will also call node. And if we talk about B, then there are 1, 2, and 3. Three elements are connected and they are joining together at point at node B. So this B will also call node. So we have seen what is loop, what is node. Now, uh, We will talk about how to solve, mash and node. What are the very, fundamental thing for solving the networks. Okay, so we will move ahead. We will see KVL. So as KVL we have studied earlier in our school as well, which is called Kirchhoff's law. So we have Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law, and we will talk about this statement. Okay, and the statement says algebraic sum of the voltages in any loop is equal to 0. Okay, algebraic sum means whenever we talk about loop, so that will be a closed path. Suppose we are talking about here A, B, E and again E. Okay, तो यहाँ पे how many voltages are present? Okay, that voltage is V1 and one another voltage which is across R0, and there will be one more voltage will be dropping around R1 and R2. Okay, so here we will be one, here will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So algebraic sum of all these four voltages will be 0. Or in other terms, we can say algebraic sum of the voltage applied is equal to the algebraic sum of the voltage developed across the elements in a loop. Okay. If I would say that applied voltage in this very particular loop, that is A, B, E, and F. So here we have one loop here, and we have V1 applied voltage, and we have three elements. Those are passive elements. So applied voltage is V1 and three passive elements. So V1 will be equal to the voltage across each passive elements. Okay. So if we say, or if we write equation according to our first statement, then it will be like, we will start. Okay, now there is a sign convention. So for sign convention, we will also see how we will take signs. So whenever we talk about current, it enters at positive points and leaves negative points. Okay, so it will be plus. Suppose it is entering at this node and leaving, it will be minus. Okay, and whenever we will like go clockwise, so we will consider always first sign. Okay, so we will see in this circuit now, for an instance, like I start from this point. Okay, so here plus minus is here, so I will write minus V1. Now current is entering +1, now leaving. Again it is here entering and leaving this at this point. It is entering at this point and leaving from the point. Okay, so I have written down all the signs across all resistors. Now we will write down equations. It will start like minus V1 again, then plus the drop voltage into current. So current I1 is flowing, and because current is flowing, of course, there will be some loss of voltage or potential across this particular resistor. So minus V1 plus R0 I1, and this is resistor R1, and the current across this resistance is I2 plus this again current R2 and the resistor R2, and the current which is I5 is equals to 0. And whenever we will transfer this term into left hand side or right hand side, we will get this particular equation which will verify this second. second statement. Okay, so in that way we can see that this algebraic sum of voltage applied is equal to the algebraic sum of voltage developed across the elements in the loop. Okay, I hope it is beneficial. You all, whosoever is watching this video, will be able to understand. Okay, now we will move on to Kirchhoff's current law. So, of course, there is a concept behind Kirchhoff's voltage law and current law, and that concept is very common for both of the laws. So here statement will be somehow the same, very close to the previous statement, and that is algebraic sum of the branch currents meeting at a point is equal to 0. Okay, branch current. Now, here we are talking about, in the previous section we spoke about loop. Okay, in this very section, here we are talking about node. So as I have told you before, or explained you before, that how a particular point will uh, be called a node if there will be two or more than two elements are joining at a same point, then that point will called node. Okay, so here if I talk about this very node, then whatever current is entering to this node and whatever current leaving from this node, and from all the connected branches of this particular node, the algebraic sum will be equal to 0. Okay, so whenever we talk about algebraic sum, we will always be very, very careful about our sign. Okay, and I have completely explained how we are considering positive and negative sign, and one more time, I don't have any issue, I'll explain one more time. Suppose there is a battery here and we will start in a direction of like this, like in clockwise direction. So we will always consider for an element the sign which is coming first. So here at this V1, negative sign is coming. So we will write negative, then we will write V1. Okay. For passive element, we will consider if current is entering that, then that terminal will be positive, and where the current is leaving, that particular terminal will be negative. And we are as going clockwise, so we will consider the sign which is coming very first. So positive is coming here. So here we will write plus. Okay. And this was all about the KVL. In KCL, we will consider incoming current, negative, and outgoing current, positive. That is, summation of current entering is equals to summation of current leaving. Okay, so we can see here, suppose I1 is coming, where we will apply at node B I1 minus I2 minus I3 is equals to 0, or we can write I1 is equals to I2 plus I3. Now, from that very concept like KVL and KCL, we will solve this particular circuit. So we will solve it through KVL, and we can see KVL is applied in our loop. So there are two loops. Okay, and For loop 1, we will write equation. We will start as we will go like clockwise. So first we will see minus of this 10 volt plus, now here current enter, current is leaving, current is entering, now it is leaving, plus 5 into the current I1 plus 15 into current I2. So what firstly we have done? We have divided this I1 into I3 and I2. Whatever the total current is flowing at this very node, it will divide, and I3 will go there and I2 will go or flow downwards. Okay. Now we will see in second loop, we will apply KVL. We will start with this 10 plus minus plus minus plus minus. 10 into I3 plus 20 into I4 and minus 15 into I2. Because I2 is flowing, we will consider the direction of I2 is equals to 0. Now, one thing we are sure about, that the same current is flowing across this resistor also. So I3 is equals to I4. That will be our third equation. And one more thing, that we have divided total current I1 into I3 and I2. So I1 is equals to I2 plus I3. That will be our fourth equation. Now we will substitute fourth in 1. After substituting the value, we will receive these this and this equation, and this equation can be solved by substituting method or elimination method. So the result will be I2 is equals to 0.4 ampere, I3 0.2 ampere, I4 0.2, and I1 0.6. This was all about KVL, and in our next section, we will try to understand about MASH analysis, and we will try to understand about nodal analysis, which is very important because all sort of complex networks can be solved using theorems. And in theorem, mostly we will be applying either MASH or node, and nodal analysis is one of the important analysis. It will ease out the circuit's total solution. So I hope you understood whatever I have shown you. I have taken you through. Okay, thank you so much.